I want you to grab a small ball and we're going to do a little bit of an ab exercise. We're going to start with the small ball underneath your pelvis. And then we're going to extend your legs up to the ceiling. We're going to find your neutral pelvis and we're going to keep the ribs drawn in. Those upper abs are super important to stabilize the body. And then from here, we're just going to start with your legs down at a tabletop position. We're going to find your balance point and come up with your hands up. If that hands up position is too intense for your body, then just take the hands down or just put the elbows down on the ground. We're going to start with just tabletop legs and lowering and lifting little toe taps right to the point that you feel that the pelvis would have to shift. So you may or may not be able to touch the floor here. I want you to stay as light on the ball as possible, but not by pulling your knees into the chest. You want to keep your legs at tabletop and then pull your pelvic floor up to the ceiling to keep light. We're going to alternate for 10, 8, 6, 5, 3, and last 2. We'll lower and lift both legs now. You won't be able to go quite as far with both legs as you did with one. Make sure that the pelvis isn't tipping. Keep your hips still in a neutral. Working on that transverse strength, pelvic floor strength. Again, if you find your balance points compromised, take your hands or your elbows down onto the mat. Don't forget about those upper abs. They're going to keep you stable here. You don't want to flare through the ribs. Keep the ribs down and in. Base of the shoulder blades are touching the mat, and then we'll extend to straight legs. We're going to go back to single leg lifts and lowers, so scissors here. And we're going to lower and lift both legs at the same time. Just like we did with bent legs, only this is a little heavier angle, so a little harder. We're also adding that extension through the hamstring. We'll lower down to 45, hold, bend, and extend. Really good low belly exercises here. A nice way to open up the hip. Stretch your pelvis, stretch the space between your lumbar and your sacrum spine. And we're going to add that to extended frogs. So we're going to bend in for frogs, extend your legs out, bring your legs back together. In, open, flex and close. Bend, extend, flex and close. Bend, open, flex and close. We're going to reverse the direction. Open, bend, and extend. Open, bend, and extend. Trying to keep your pelvis as still as possible. And one more. We're going to go into circles from here. Feeling the difference between the sides of your obliques here. That's what's going to make you shift side to side on the ball and reverse. We are working our legs as well, so we're feeling those inner thighs at this point, your hamstrings, and maybe just a little bit of glutes. We're going to go into Peter Pans. We're going to bend one leg, extend the other. It's a combination of frogs and openings. And helicopters. We're going to start with scissors, right leg back, left leg down, and we're going to open up the legs 6 times. You don't want to hear your hips crack here, so smaller range of motion if you're hearing popping in the hip. And we're just alternating that range of motion. We're trying to circle the legs in an opposite position, but symmetrically. So one leg hits the opposite end of the circle as the other. You're using your glutes, inner thighs, and belly here. One more each direction. Nice way to open up the pelvis and the hips here. We're going to lower the legs down to a 45-degree angle, lift into an ab curl, and go into hundreds from here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 4, 5. Halfway there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend your knees, take your hands down to the mat. Extend your legs to the ceiling. Little hip lifts, as if you're trying to take the heels straight up to the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, all low belly here. We are using those upper abs as stabilizers and some of those triceps. We've got 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach up, grab a hold of your calf, extend the other leg down, hold the stretch, and switch. One more time. And left.